Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Manchester United midfielder Fred set to join Fenerbahce. Manchester United midfielder Fred is on the verge of joining Fenerbahce after the two clubs agreed on the transfer fee. Reputed journalist Fabrizio Romano reports that Man United will receive 15 million euros, including add-ons for the Brazil international. Fred has agreed personal terms with the Turkish giants and will now travel to complete his medical. He moved to Old Trafford in 2018 from Ukrainian club Shakhtar Donetsk in a deal worth 60 million euros. He is in the final year of his contract, leaving United with the last opportunity to raise some funds by offloading him. Fred has featured over 200 times for the Red Devils, bagging 14 goals and 19 assists. It has been a roller coaster ride for the Brazilian ace, who has blown hot and cold throughout his 5-year stay with the club. He enjoyed his best season at United last year, where he accumulated 12 goal contributions. Erik ten Hag saw him as more of a bench player whose energy could come in handy in the latter half of the game. He will be remembered for his tenacious performances and the ability to cover every single blade of grass on the pitch. Fred aspires to play regularly, something the Dutchman cannot promise. Mason Mount joined Man United earlier this summer. Since then, it was clear that Fred could be on his way out. At the age of 30, Fred is past his prime, and United have taken the right call by sanctioning his exit. The fee worth 15 million euros is too small, but getting something rather than nothing is rational. Man United goalkeeper Matej Kovar set to join Bayer Leverkusen on a permanent deal. Manchester United goalkeeper Matej Kovar is set to join Bayer Leverkusen on a permanent deal, according to InFotbal. The 23-year-old spent the previous campaign on loan with Sparta Prague. He made 28 appearances in the Czech top flight as they went on to lift the title. Kovar was recently involved in United friendlies against Leeds United and Lyon, but he was left out of the US preseason tour with the plan to loan him out. However, United have now agreed to sell him to Leverkusen for an initial fee of 6 million euros. The transfer figure could rise to 10 million euros with performance bonuses. Kovar has already traveled to Germany for his medical, and a transfer could be finalized in the coming hours. United have agreed a buyback clause as part of the deal. Kovar has been with the Red Devils since the age of 17, but has not made a competitive appearance. He showed promise during the first two preseason games with his quality distribution, but it was clear that manager Erik ten Hag did not view him as part of his plans. Andre Onana should be the undisputed starter in goal for the Premier League and the Champions League matches this season. Tom Hitton could occupy the deputy position. There was much talk about Hitton leaving for Luton Town earlier in the summer transfer window, but he has been convinced to stay after speaking with the manager. Meanwhile, Kovar is set to compete with Lucas Hardke for the number one role at Leverkusen. The Finland international has been the undisputed starter since replacing Bernd Leno in 2018. He has made 216 appearances, but Kovar will be aiming to displace him. United face a win-win situation with the transfer. If Kovar develops into an elite shot stopper, they can bring him back by triggering the buyback clause agreed. Man United hand Harry Maguire a huge £6 million payoff as he agrees West Ham move. Manchester United have handed a huge £6 million payoff to Harry Maguire ahead of his transfer to West Ham United, according to The Sun. The Red Devils recently reached a verbal agreement with the Hammers for the defender's sale, and the move could become official soon. Maguire will take a £70,000 a week pay cut on his current £190,000 a week salary as part of the deal. To help offset that, United have compensated their former captain with a payoff in the region of £6 million. The 30-year-old is expected to join David Moyes' side in a deal worth £30 million in the coming days. The centre-back had a difficult 22-23 season. He made just 8 Premier League starts after falling out of favour under manager Erik ten Hag. His situation is unlikely to improve at the club, and he has made the right decision to pursue a fresh challenge with the Hammers in his career. The East London outfit should assure him with a starting spot for the upcoming season, which could secure his national team spot for Euro 2024. In our view, it's a win-win situation for United and Maguire. The club are cutting their losses on him, but they are set to secure valuable transfer funds. On the other hand, the Hammers will have an experienced Premier League star who has impressed when playing for a team with a low block defense. Maguire is good with his clearances and ability to win aerial duels. He should fit into the plans of Moyes, who will be eyeing an improvement in the defensive record. United are likely to pursue a replacement after Maguire's exit. Ten Hag has urged the club's hierarchy to sign Bayern's Benjamin Pavar, who is valued at £26 million. Real Sociedad, eager to sign Donnie Van de Beek, midfielder, has given the green light. Real Sociedad are eager to sign Manchester United midfielder Donnie van de Beek in the current transfer window. The Netherlands international has been with the Red Devils for the past 3 seasons, but has registered only 60 appearances. He has struggled to adapt to the Premier League. As a result, he could be shown the exit door in the coming weeks, and Sociedad have identified him as one of their main goals as they look to strengthen their midfield. The Champions League outfit have already received the green light from the player, but a deal remains complicated due to the transfer demands on the table from United. La Real prefer to sign him on loan with an option to buy, but United want to cut their losses on Van de Beek. They favor a permanent deal or a loan with an obligation to buy. Van de Beek was signed for €39 million from Ajax 3 years ago, but the report claimed that the Red Devils are willing to sell him for just over €20 million this summer. The Dutchman underperformed during the first half of last season, and his campaign was curtailed in January after picking up a long-term knee injury against Bournemouth. United have since bolstered their midfield with Mason Mount. The former Chelsea star should be the regular from the number 8 role, with Christian Eriksen providing backup. Hence, there is no room for Van de Beek at the moment. The 26-year-old has realized the same, but a move could ultimately depend on Sociedad reaching a deal with United. The Red Devils are ready to offload him on a permanent basis. We believe Sociedad could eventually propose a loan move with an obligation to buy based on appearances. Van de Beek may need to play a certain number of games for a permanent deal to be triggered. European giants interested in summer deal for Anthony Martial. Manchester United will allow Anthony Martial to leave before next month's transfer deadline. Failing to convince Erik ten Hag he is worthy of a place in his regular starting 11, Martial has remained nothing more than a bit part figure ever since the Dutchman succeeded Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick. Not only that, but following the Red Devils' recent capture of highly rated Denmark international Rasmus Højlund from Atalanta for just over £70 million, Martial's future at Old Trafford has become even more uncertain. The French striker, who is way down in his side's pecking order, will be allowed to move on in search of a new challenge should a suitable offer be made. And, as per out of sight sources, although the 27-year-old has failed to attract much interest up until this point, one club that is now considering making an approach is Italian giants Inter Milan. The Nerazzurri have made Arsenal's Folarin Balogun as their top summer target, but with the Gunners holding firm in their valuation, the Serie A side have been forced to pencil up a list of potential alternatives. Similar to the financial hurdles Inter are struggling to overcome for Balogun, Martial's proposed transfer also has its difficulties. The Frenchman earns within the region of £13 million per year, a figure the Italian club will not be able to match. Nevertheless, the 2009-2010 Champions League winners have requested to remain informed on the striker's situation though. Eric Bailly has agreed a three-year deal with Besiktas, will negotiate contract termination with Man United. Manchester United defender Eric Bailly has agreed personal terms over a three-year deal with Besiktas ahead of a possible free transfer, according to Yagiz Sabonkoglu. The Ivory Coast international has been deemed surplus to requirement by United, and the club are prepared to offload him this summer for a nominal transfer fee. However, they have not received any formal proposals on the table, and it's now reported that he could mutually terminate his contract to secure a move to Istanbul. The 29-year-old centre-back has accepted a three-year deal from Besiktas. He will proceed to negotiate the termination of his Red Devils contract. United signed Bailly from Villarreal for £30 million 7 years ago. He has produced some standout displays, but injuries have hampered him from becoming a regular. Last season, the Ivorian showed promise in the preseason under manager Erik ten Hag, but decided to join Marseille as he wanted the guarantee of regular first-team football. The French outfit had a conditional obligation to buy him for £6 million, but the clause was not triggered. While Marseille qualified for the Champions League, Bailly did not make the required number of appearances. He featured only 23 times across all competitions. United recently set a low price tag of £2 million for Bailly, but it seems he could now leave on a free transfer. It could be the right decision in our opinion. Bailly currently has 11 months left on his £4.16 million per year contract. United could save part of his wages with his exit. Erik ten Hag has urged Man United's hierarchy to sign Bayern München star Benjamin Pavar. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has urged the club's management to sign Bayern München defender Benjamin Pavar, according to L'Equipe. The Red Devils have agreed a deal in principle for the sale of Harry Maguire to West Ham United, and they are now looking for his potential successor. Jean-Claire Todibo was recently mentioned as the top target for United, but L'Equipe claimed that Ten Hag has told the hierarchy to sign Pavar from Bayern. The Red Devils now need to send a first offer to the German champions in the coming days. It's reported that a deal could be agreed for €30 million. United have had an impressive transfer window thus far. They have signed Mason Mount, Andre Onana and Rasmus Højlund under the recommendation of Ten Hag. The hierarchy are likely to continue the same strategy for the rest of the summer. If the Dutchman prefers Pavar, the club will undoubtedly pursue his signature. Pavar would be a good upgrade on Harry Maguire in central defense. He is excellent with the ball at his feet, but also wins a high percentage of ground and aerial challenges. On top of this, he is also comfortable operating from right back. Pavar has publicly acknowledged that he wants to play at centre back, but his versatility is an added advantage. In our view, we would personally prefer to sign Todibo due to his younger age and higher potential, but ultimately the final decision depends on the preference of the manager. If Ten Hag believes in Pavard's ability, the board should go ahead and secure his services. Man United in pole position to sign Sofiane Amrabat despite fresh interest from Juventus. Manchester United are in pole position to sign Fiorentina midfielder Sofiane Amrabat despite fresh interest from Juventus, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. The Red Devils are currently in the process of selling defender Harry Maguire and midfielder Fred, and they are likely to pursue replacement after their departures. Erik ten Hag has requested the hierarchy to sign Benjamin Pavar as Maguire's successor, while Amrabat has been identified as a potential candidate to reinforce the midfield. It's now reported that United remain in pole to sign the Morocco international, as Juventus can't afford him despite the departure of Denis Zakaria to Monaco for €20 million. United are likely to step up their interest in Mrabat. After Fred's exit, they would have to meet Fiorentina's request of €30 million to sign the former Club Brugge star. Juventus continue to monitor the midfielder situation. It's claimed that they could propose a loan towards the end of the window if Mrabat is stuck at Fiorentina. The Red Devils are on the cusp of offloading Fred for €15 million. His departure could pave the way for the hierarchy to open formal negotiations with Fiorentina for Mrabat. The 26-year-old has already given the green light for the move. There is already an agreement over his wages, and the onus is on United to finalize a transfer deal. Mrabat would be a fabulous signing amid his superb form for club and country. Mrabat does not possess the goal scoring and chance creation ability of Casemiro, but he would be a strong competitor to the 31-year-old. The duo could also play together. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.